friendos, have you ever had one of those days where you hear a little voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, you can't do this, you should just give up? Well, today I've told my sister to shut up so I can do this creative video for you guys. In just a moment, I'll be showing you all the products that I'm going to use to create a very editorial look for you guys today. I put it to a vote. I let you guys decide on what we're doing, and you guys said, let's do something extreme. And I was like, okay. So if I'm being entirely honest with you guys, the creative juices are not flowing yet. So typically what I do is I go and I look at the products that I have in my collection, stare at them for a while, and then hope that something will come to me. And I have faith that that's what's going to happen today. We'll come up with something. So in just a moment, I'll get this video started. Be sure to listen up for that secret word if you're trying to enter the giveaway that's going on right now. Okay, friendos, if you're ready to get artsy, then just stay tuned. So guys, my little sister was nice enough to loan out her real art brushes. That's basically what I'm going to be using for the most part today. I do have some other smaller detail brushes that I will also be incorporating while I do this look. Okay, my guys, let the voiceover and the makeup begin! And friendos, just in case you would like to follow along, today I'm going to be using this white shade that you see right here in the Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid eyeshadow. This is called Star Wedding. From Haus Labs, we have the Citrine Matte. From Half Magic Beauty, we have Wild Caught in their liquid eyeshadow formula. We also have Burn It Down, same formulation. From Jeffree Star Cosmetics, we have the Eyegloss Paint in Voodoo Glass. So I'm starting out today with this Jason Wu eyeshadow primer. The reason why I'm picking this one today is because it is nice, white, and bright. And I'm hoping that this will be a fantastic base for bright color to go on top of. And if you notice today, I'm going a little bit outside of my actual brow bone. It's because this look might stretch out farther than what I would normally do with eyeshadow. So I just want to make sure that the base is going everywhere where I'm putting down the color today. So I found a small brush that I didn't even know I had. It is a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH39. Pretty sure this came from TJ Maxx. And I'm going to use it to apply a yellow shade of Haus Labs. This is their high power pigment paint, and the color that I'm using is called Citrine Matte. Now, I've used this plenty of times before. It's not, in my opinion, the absolute best liquid eyeshadow that I own. Honestly, of the three brands that we will be using today, Jeffree Star and Half Magic are the clear winners. I just wish that Haus Labs as a whole was more opaque. This yellow is quite light, so is their white shade. I absolutely prefer Jeffree's white to Haus Labs white. And I'm going to go in and make small little circular motions as I blend this into a soft little circle. As you guys can see, this is not very pigmented, so I am going to take a little bit of time building up the pigmentation. I'm going to put on one little circle at a time, let it dry down, and then go back in with more yellow paint. So I don't need these circles to be perfect circles. They can be ovals, and really I'm going to diffuse the color that I put down anyways. What I'm putting down here is basically to set a mental perimeter for me. Now what I'm doing here is diffusing the color that I've put down. I'm going to go in and make blotting motions in order to get that really cool ombre effect. With the same brush and the same yellow shade, I'm going to drag this yellow right across my brow, following the line of my tail. And I'm dragging and I'm stamping. Before this all dries up, without adding any more product, I'm going to go along those lines and start stamping even more to get an even more diffused look before everything dries up. Now I'm going to set this brush aside so that I'm not tempted to pick it up again for the other shades. Every shade that I put on after this will be darker, and I don't want it to stain the bristles. This next product is from Half Magic Beauty. This is the Chrome Addiction Paint and Liner, and the shade that I'm using here is called Wild Caught. This name used to really confuse me, but then I figured out that it's supposed to be a play on salmon, as this is a pretty salmon colored pink. So here I'm getting a little bit of it on my Sigma E36 blending brush. This one is pretty tiny but fluffy at the same time. Perfect for what we're going to do right here. So I'm putting down a little bit more. We're going to see this centralized inside of the yellow that I just put down, and then a little bit on the edges. And as I'm sure you guys are seeing right now, this is a much higher quality product, in my opinion, than the Haus Labs paint. There's no skipping, there's no patchiness, it's just pure pigmentation, and it is so easy to work with. And as inspiration hits, I'm starting to go in a little bit heavier with this paint, and I'm adding a little bit more here to my outer V. And this whole time while I'm applying these paints, I'm not too concerned with precision. I'm going to try to get things looking fairly similar from side to side, but I can clean up as I go. And guys, if you are looking at this and thinking, I don't know about this, Friendos, let me assure you, I've got something brewing up top. I'm just hoping it's not rotten. Now we're going in with another Chrome Addiction eye paint. This one is in the shade Burn It Down. So now we're really going to start building up the depth. I'm using an easy crease definer from Complex Culture to really get in there and make a more chiseled look. And at this point, I'm uncertain what I want to do with the rest of the look. So I'm going to go ahead under the eye and put down some yellow. This was the only thing that right now I could see clearly in my mind. Now comes the part where I'm going to use one of my sister's art brushes. And let me tell you, this boy is stiff. And I'm seeing off the bat that this is maybe just a little bit too sharp and I might have to change brushes. So I ended up making a quick change to a Natasha Denona number 4. In the Jeffree Star liquid eyeshadows, I am going in with the shade Star Wedding. And I'm really hoping that the shade is not limited edition because let me tell you, Friendos, this is a pigmented white shade and I feel like it belongs as a permanent staple in the Jeffree Star lineup. I'm continually having to clean off my brush as I go so that it doesn't contaminate with the pink and orange shades that are already down. And I'm giving this a minute to dry down before I start going in and doing some serious cleanup. This little Natasha Denona number 4 proved to be the hero of the day, as I was able to use this to clean up literally every color. It kept having to be cleaned in between each color application, but nonetheless, it was the savior of the day. And Friendos, today's secret word is paint. Please be sure to use it in a creative sentence down below. And guys, if you are following along and you feel discouraged, don't. You can pause at any time. I can promise you cleaning up this look took forever, even though I know we sort of speed through and clip through the bits. It's just so I don't keep you here for the 3 hours that I'm sitting in this chair. But if you're sitting at home and you're like, this is taking hours. Yeah, it is on our end as well. And as I'm going in and adding all this precision, I realized that I want a little bit more of the white shade up closer to the brow on the outer portion of the brow. And while there is still work to do, this is actually the part of the eye look where I felt very clear on where I wanted to go next. And with myself applying this yellow shade, I'm imagining that finished look. And I'm focusing this on my mobile lid. It's going to take a while to build up because, again, this paint is just kind of patchy. I am being sure not to let this hit the corner of my eyes, not the inner corner, not the outer corner, just in the middle. Now, Friendos, had I not had the vision that I had earlier, this would be sort of a breaking point. I would be spending the next 30 minutes going along the lines that I've already put down, all the color that I've put down, perfecting those lines even more, getting them even sharper, and then setting as I go with colorful powders to match. So I would use a yellow eyeshadow over the yellow, a white eyeshadow over the white, pink over the pink. You get the idea. But that's not how I want this look to end. I wanted this final look to be prismatic. So this is the part where I dive into one of my very favorite products from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. What you're seeing right here is the gloss powder, and this is the shade Voodoo Glass. Now this has a multi-chromatic effect. You're going to see shades of gold, green, and pink. I'm going to apply this with my finger, and every single time that I dot this on my eye, I'm going to be wiping off my finger before sticking it back in the glitter gloss. I'm also going to be very intentional as I press this on. I don't want to smear the color that I have on underneath. I'm so happy that with the Candy Queen collection that launched last Friday, that they do have new shades in the eye gloss formula. I did pick up every single new shade and I can't wait to demo those for you guys once my package arrives. Now, Friendos, at this point, I have a thick layer of this glitter pressed onto my eyes. They look nice, wet, prismatic, and it would be perfect for Instagram. So while I don't think this is the most beautiful look with my eyes open, it's definitely one for photography. I'm now going to go into a product that I haven't used before, which I would never recommend that you do, but I'm feeling extra risky today. I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Graphic Pen. I'm not going to get too crazy with the eyeliner today, just keeping it very close to the lash line. And I almost forgot to put on some mascara. I did try out this one earlier today. It is just okay, Friendos. It's all right. This came out of my latest Ipsy box. This is the Il Makiage Icon High Volume and Intense Curl Mascara. It's made in Italy. I do see a slight curling effect, but I am not wowed by this. It just doesn't give me enough volume. I'm not too concerned with the mascara product that I used today though, because I am going to be wearing false lashes. I'm using a lash adhesive from Lily Lashes to put on my fake lashes today. This one is a clear lash adhesive, but I know they also have a shade that is black. To me, it really doesn't make a difference because after it dries down, I'm not going to be able to see it anyways. My guys, let me tell you, Lumify is a godsend product. It is something that I would always want to keep in my kit as a makeup artist. It just makes your eyes look so youthful. If you've been tearing up or if your eyes are mildly irritated from putting on tons of makeup for 3 hours, this right here will take the red right out. So guys, I'm going to bronze up my face using Pat McGrath Labs. This is their new bronzer that just came out. I probably would be smart at the end of this if I actually took some pictures for Instagram, since I greatly neglect my Instagram. But tell me if you guys can relate. I've gotten to a point in my life where I just do not enjoy taking pictures of myself for Instagram. For one, my face is not as thin as what it was 3 years ago before I had a car accident and then gained a bunch of weight. But also it feels so impersonal. I feel like every time I take a picture for Instagram, I'm just like, ooh, look at me. Whereas when I pop onto one of these YouTube videos, it's like, okay, let's hang out and talk about makeup. Videography is just way more fun. Also, this mascara bleeds really bad. So yeah, I'm going to be throwing this in the trash. Now what I'm about to do is hit my whole face with some Urban Decay All Nighter. I'm going to be using that same Voodoo Glass that I used all over my eye on my cheeks. Putting down this spray is just going to make the surface just a tad more tacky. And I'm going to work quickly. And my cheekbones, you got to remember, guys, these cheekbones are really more of an optical illusion than real cheekbones. So normally highlight doesn't even show up on my cheekbones. I have to really turn for you to be able to see it. I'm going to do just a little bit above my brow bone. From Anastasia Beverly Hills, I have a loose highlighter powder in Peach Fizz, so that's going to go on my cheeks as sort of a blush today. I'm going to be very, very precise in how I place this. Surgical maneuvers here, right under that green. So one thing I really like about this NJC Cosmetics brush, it's kind of it has a tapered tip to it, so I can be precise in my placement if I need to be. Now from Dominique Cosmetics, I'm going in with her lip liner. This is the Creamy Fill and Define Lip Liner in the shade Nudie. Now from Hourglass, we have Reef 320. This one is kind of corally. I may go in with a more red shade on top of this. Let me just see how this looks on the lips. Guys, I'm going to lightly dot this with a more browny red shade. This is just a tad too coral. And then just as a finishing touch, I'm going to take a little bit more of that eyegloss powder and I'm going to put this on my Cupid's bow. Now on me, you can never see this because the shadow from my big honker just covers up my Cupid's bow all the time. But if I lean back, you can see it. Hopefully, maybe. You know what, let me just get the nose out of the way. Can you guys see it now? That was the sound of the tool chest coming down the stairs.
That was the sound of a tool chest falling down the stairs.
Well, friendos, I know you guys are probably all sick of me by now. I do hope that you like this look, though. Let me know, do you think this is Instagram worthy? I don't know how to pose for Instagram. It's an awkward mess over here, you guys. If you guys did enjoy today's look, please don't hesitate to let me know. Let me know if you'd like to see more editorial looks here on my channel. I'm wishing you all a marvelous rest of your day. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, because if not, we'll both have to live in the sorrow of never knowing what could have been. All right, guys, have a fabulous day. Bye.